Hello, my Sagittarius Collective. This is Zaida from Becoming I Am here to give you your message for December 2025. Thank you for everyone for being here, and my apologies for its delay. I legit thought I had already done these, and so I'm going to blame it on Mercury retrograde. Happy birthday to my November Sagittarians. You guys are awesome. And finally, if you are interested in a consultation with me or any of my services, such as rituals, or meditation groups, that is located in the description part below. The only way to have access to these services is through my website. Go and check that out. Also, I recommend you to sign up for the newsletter. Every week, I send out the astrology so that you're ready and prepared for the week. And that way, you can have, like, I want to say, the cheat codes of the week so you don't get messed up by all these crazy people around us. So, that being said, I'm going to go through the astrology first and pull out some oracles on how it's going to be affecting you in this month of December. And then I'm going to be doing some tarot. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the new moon in the sign of Gemini. That's your sister sign. In other words, in the wheel of astrology, you're in one end and they're on the opposite end of you, Gemini. So they're very much linked to your energy. And this time, it's a time where you're going to be very talkative. You're going to want to create new connections with different people. And this is also the period of time where a lot of people might want to be calling you and talking to you. So be mindful on how you spread out your energy if you don't want to give out too much of it. The moon energy always affects 3 days before and 3 days after. So this would be around the ranges of the first entire week of November, the first all the way through the 8th. Okay, so let's see how it's going to affect you. That flipped and went back inside. Look at that. This says milk and butter, and it reminds me of this other deck I have that says the land of milk and honey, but it's number 25, and it says, like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. And I feel like this month of December for you guys might feel like the land of milk and huggies. In other words, really positive things are entering your lives. And there's like this purity that I'm feeling that is happening in your flesh, but also in your spirit. Okay, so this feels like a very good month for you, my Sagittariuses. The second thing that I'm going to be looking into is December 15th. Neptune is going direct in Pisces. This would mean that we have now two planets finally going direct. In well, three if you were thinking about Mercury. So last week, we had Mercury going direct. The last week of November, let's replace it with that. The last week of November, Mercury is going direct. Saturn is going direct in Pisces, and Neptune is going direct in Pisces. So we're starting to come back to normalcy after having so much chaos in the month of November. And this energy has a way of having us less focus on the cognitive distortions, right? The mental distortions that we have and how people use those mental distortions to F us up. And we're starting to move into this energy of daring to dream. Like, I have this, I can do this, I want to do this for my future, which is great because this is the initiation. December is the initiation of 2026, which is year number 1. It's actually year number 10. And then you round it down to year number 1. That's the energy of the magician. And when it's the energy of the magician, this is when we see the seeds that we're going to plant and we start planting them in different directions. So this is a planning stage. December, January feel very much planning. Oh, you got 2. I wanted 1 and 2 came out. So the first one that flew out is cemetery, self ceremony. Maybe some people might have to go to the cemetery, but self cemetery. Oh, I said it again. Self ceremony. Let's clear that out. I want to know why it is that I'm hearing self cemetery. Okay, I'm hearing that during this first couple of weeks of December, they would recommend for you before the new moon that will be in your sign, they would recommend you to do some kind of ritual that is a burying, a funeral to the old you and a welcoming to the new you. So this can be from whenever you see this message all the way before the 20th of December. We would recommend for you to do a self healing ceremony where you are putting to rest and burying the old version of yourself so that you can give life to the new version, the old unhealed version. This is very interesting because it reminds me of this book by Louise Hay, and she was speaking about the heart chakra and how the heart chakra requires for ceremonies of closure that will help you move forward. And so the ceremony of closure can be as simple as just doing a happy birthday for yourself, kind of saying, hey, um, bye to the old me. Or it can be something more complicated where it's a big actual ritual to release you from that old version of yourself. So that's why I keep hearing self cemetery. I'm feeling like you should go and do some kind of ritual, and it might require you to go to the cemetery to bury an old version of yourself. Um, because that old version of you is your trickster. It's the energy inside of you that keeps making you fall for the same traps and making you fall for the same rules that no longer apply to your energy. Oh, I'm getting a vision in my head. Okay, so, and then it says, create the visions you desire. Shut up. I just said, I'm just getting a vision in my head. Take action in the plans that lead to fulfillment. And I'm feeling that very strongly because I feel like the old version of you was fractured. And as long as that's still present in your physical body, mind, spirit, and soul, you're going to continue to be fractured. It's kind of like you'll start recreating yourself and then allow yourself to get fractured again because of that energy that you have still lingering in your energy field. So, yeah, summer should be done. And then it says winter woodlands. That's interesting because this is December, which is winter. Take time to honor what you feel. Self compassion, again, this is about yourself, is the feeling, the healing balm you desire. I feel like this energy where I feel very much like winter is coming. Do you see how this is like a hole? For some strange reason, I feel first the fox is coming out of the hole and it feels like a crypt to me, right? And I'm feeling like you should put the fox back in the hole and you should cover the hole so it feels like, again, an energy of death. And do you see how she has her back to the fox? I'm feeling like walking away from that. And I also, another thing that I feel very interesting is this energy from black hair to white hair, and it feels like um the black hair being a younger, more naive, more distorted version of yourself, full of wounds and trauma and things that you needed to heal, to a newer version of ourselves. Sometimes we hold on to oh, this is crazy. I'm getting so many downloads for you, my Saggies. Um, I just heard sometimes we hold on to this energy of having to heal. I'm still healing. I'm in the healing process. I need to heal. This is not done. I'm feeling like this is still tugging on my energy strings or whatever. And it's actually an excuse for us not to step into that energy of power, because energy of power requires us to take accountability for our actions. We can no longer blame shift. Now everything we do is us. And so, um, a part of you has been holding on to this person's fault, that person's fault, this person does this to me, that person does that to me, blah, 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 because of that. I mean, I'm hoping that I'm talking to evolved Sagittarians as you're hearing this reading, because if somebody is wounded or if somebody is immature, this is going to trigger the shit out of them. But you know what? That's not the community I talk to. I talk to people that are ready to do the healing. I talk to people that are spiritually evolved. I talk to people that don't like being butterflied and rainbowed and are ready to hear the hard truth so they can do the work to move forward. That's the community I connect to. That's the one that I'm calling with these videos. And that's the ones that will find this and will find worth and value in this. And this person that I'm talking to right now has to bury their past. Do a ritual to bury your past. The next thing we're going to be looking is into this new moon that will be in your sign of Sagittarius. And this is a period of new beginnings. This is when you free yourself from your past. This is when you let go of those limitations that you have imposed on yourself and you believed in yourself having because they gave you an excuse to not put forth an effort. Yeah, I just keep feeling that. Like all of a sudden I'm connecting some kind of energy is a little bit rough. All right. So let's see what they want to tell me with this new moon. Bat. All right. Before I start reading the card, bats. Bats for me, whenever I see a bat outside, I know legit something is working behind the scenes against me. It's unseen. You can kind of feel the presence of it, but it's not seen and it's not heard. Okay, so here it says bat number 6. Invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. Shut the freaking front door. Okay, what lurks is coming with undenying change. Tell me, there is something that is lurking in the background that is going to kind of make itself known to you around the 20th. Oh, hold on. All right, I have to be brutally honest with you at this moment. Whatever you're letting go of is some really deep stuff. I needed to stop the video. I needed to rush to go. And I was thinking to myself, what the flip? I was feeling fine. I just pulled out that card and I needed to go. And there's something that makes me laugh about that because whenever I do energy work on people or whenever we're doing meditation groups or anything like that, I tell people a lot, it's time for you to flush the toilet. It's time for you to release something that's been stagnating you for a long period of time. In this case, I feel like it's an energy, and I feel like there's more than one. It's been lurking around your energetic field for way too long, and it's like finally flushing out that toilet. I think it's triggered very strongly by that ritual that you're doing because you're finally putting an end to it. And then it gives you the permission to start into this new energy. Side note, just to let you know, the last thing I'm going to be looking into is December 21st. The sun enters the sign of Capricorn. This feels very, very significant for me. Capricorn season this year. The reason why is because it has 4 squares around it, which is like a box, right? And Capricorn is connected to Saturn. Saturn has a cube, right, on it. And that has been negatively impacting your energy. It's the restrictions, the limitations that are around you. Capricorn asks you to be disciplined, to be direct, and to honor thyself, right? And so the 4 levels of this box, first level is what is going to be triggered by December 15th, which is that deep desire that you have for your future, right? So this is your imagination waking up to the potential of your future that you know is possible for you. Then there's 3 levels of these other 3 rocks. Walls. Well, rocks too, okay? And what this feels like is the energies of your mind, your body, and your spirit, the walls that you have created to limit you. Next year is year number 1, which, like I said, is the magician. I hope I said this, the magician energy, which is where you have your seeds. In other words, the air, fire, wind, water elements that you have. That you're going to be planting into a plan for your future. After the first year, the next 8 years are you making yourself into the person that has that future, right? And you will be confronting the 4 walls that are around you. The dream, if it's really made for you, and if you're really ready to have it, and the fact that you have something mentally, physically, and emotionally that you're going to have to break down to be able to obtain it. So getting out of the box. Okay. I want to see the old version of you that you will be confronting. Okay, the hero. This is when we want to save people because there's a need for us to save ourselves. So that's part of yourself that you're going to get rid of. And the one that you're evolving into, oh, that was quick. We got a blank one. So the unknown. Um, this is typical Sagittarian energy. Sometimes your guides have a way of not letting you know where you're going so that you go for it, and it's a surprise. So it feels like you're letting go of this hero complex. I'm going to save you, I'm going to rescue you, I'm going to help you, right? And let's be honest, the reason why the narcissistic empath energy works is because the empath always wants to be the hero to the narcissist, and they use it against you, right? So that is what you're breaking free from. And what's going to be a potential for December that you're walking into. Shut up. We got number 28, building blocks and message of the bottle. Literally, it's telling me that you're creating a new world for yourself, and it's going to start from some kind of message you receive. This can be a phone call, this can be an email, this can be an acceptance letter, this can be a new podcast you follow, new page you follow. It does not matter, but it does feel like you're opening the door for that. As a matter of fact, just a side note, I like to read every message that every single one of you guys leave. Actually, I have it so it doesn't get posted until I respond to the message. So if you guys really feel drawn to leave me a message, I will get back to you in these messages. I will post them though, but I will get back for you in response because I think it's important that all of us feel that connection. And also, this is an energetic exchange. So if you would like to receive more inner growth and expansion and equal reciprocity in this work, I do recommend you guys to do a thumbs up because that is a way that we help continue moving the energy around ourselves. I don't know why I felt like saying that, but I'm going to. Anyways, the final thing that we're going to do, I want the ghosts, is the tarot. To find out exactly what it is that your guides want you to know for December. I keep seeing, I hear bats in the attic, bats in the attic, bats in the attic. And that makes me feel like there's something in your energetic field that is trying to distort you. That's what's going to be cleared out. It's linked to the old version of you. Equal reciprocity is here, the 6 of coins. It's knowing who you should really invest to. 5 of swords, 5 of blades. This one I like because I feel like somebody feels victorious. The other one feels like they've lost. And there's this energy of like it's all in the mind here. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's 2 ghosts, but there's one in the mind space that feels like, they're walking away from an energy and it's making them sad. 4 of coins. 10 of coins in reverse. Yeah, this strongly feels like one of the things that I need to tell you is that you're going to separate from a soul group. These are brothers and sisters in spirit. 3 of wands. These are brothers and sisters of spirit. And so it's interesting how many card readers I say that I hear that say your brother, your sister, your mother, your cousin, your whatever. But the thing is that in the 3D, you have specific people assigned to that. But in the spirit, they might not be the same people. Okay? We actually get implanted in families that are not our soul family so that we can grow and see the world through another person's eyes. And so, your soul family is not the physical people you have in your family. It is not your actual brother. It is not your actual sister. It is not your actual mother. It's not your actual aunt. You have so many aunts, uncles, teachers, brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers based on soul contracts that you have and your soul family. I'm letting you know that because I guess it's really important for you to understand. And what I'm seeing here is that there has been this balancing energy where you're starting to know and understand that roles are not as they look like in the 3D world. And, you know, fine, somebody might think that they won the battle and whatever, and fine, you might feel very disheartened because you're going to have to walk away from that. And there's some resistance in that walking away from that energy. But the reality is that this soul family was actually holding you back. This soul family, it's like you were trying to wake them up to this new reality that you know is true, and they are not able to see the world through your eyes. They just can't, or they don't want to, because it means that they have to change so many things in themselves to be able to get there. And so, though it's disheartening, so though it's sad, though it's like, I keep hearing something my husband likes to say, que it's más se ha perdido en la guerra. More has been lost in war than in this energy, right? And I feel like sometimes you just have to cut your losses and walk away, um, because there are new opportunities, new ships are coming in, new people, places, things, and they have better energy, um, and they're more aligned to you. Knight of sticks, which is knight of, and I do feel like this energy is going to make you feel like you're walking into fire, because it's not something that you're ready for. You think that it's not something you're familiar with, but the reality is that where you were at, you were living in fire. If you're just walking into it, maybe you're just walking out of it, right? um I do feel Queen of Cups energy with the Two of Coins. There is going to be some balancing that you're going to have to do with your emotions, because this new path is a little scary. It's something that you're not used to. You've been in the same BS with the same BS people forever. And it's time for you to, that's why the building blocks is so important, because it feels like you're choosing new material to create your world. And that is not the same people. It's not the same affiliations. It's not the same group. It's just like, I'm over you. I'm feeling very strongly the I'm over you energy. And I think that's why it's so important that I'm hearing that cemetery energy, where you need to do a ritual of, I want to say death, like a ritual of closure with the the person that you used to be, and the energies and vibrations that you used to connect to, because they're not like you. They pretended to be like you. They have proven time and time again how much they um they are not aligned to you. And that's why I think that we're not sure what you're going to transform to into the future, because you really haven't decided. You're going to be, I want to say, testing the waters and trying different groups and organizations. You're going to be trying different friends, different energies, because you're different now. And it's your turn to like go into fertile ground, things that actually have the potential to help you grow and expand. Not the same story every single day, not the same cycles every single day. I hope this helps.